Let's talk about the Panasonic Lumix ZS70. I've had this camera for over a year now, and the main reason I bought this camera was for the 720mm zoom. The zoom is awesome on this camera. I use it a lot when I go to the beach and I don't want to carry large lenses. I will use this camera to zoom in and photograph surfers. However, this camera doesn't have the best image quality. I would suggest if you are interested in this camera that you purchase it used because of how grainy the images are. The camera is best used during the day with a lot of light. Here's an example of a photo I took early in the morning before sunrise. Zooming in, you can see just how noisy this camera is. And here is an example of the grain with more sunlight. The grain is a little better, but when I compare the images to my Sony RX100 Mark VII, I can still tell there's a lot of noise. You could solve that issue by making your image black and white. In that case, the noise/grain could be in your benefit. But the main complaint I have with this camera is when using manual mode. When I change the shutter speed or the aperture settings, the LCD screen will not adjust to mimic the settings. Therefore, I don't have a live presentation of the effects of the settings I'm using. I have to take a photo to see how it turns out, and that is very annoying. But at the end of the day, the whole reason I got this camera was to have a small pocket-sized camera that would let me zoom really far. And this camera does just that. If I want better image quality, I would need to take my larger camera. And now I'm going to leave you with some example photos I took with this camera. Enjoy!